Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lea and I'm from Germany and this is my Flosstube update of August and September 2020. So yeah, I am going to talk about that long pause in my next video probably. So let's just dive right into here. I have two finishes that I'm going to show you in this video and I'm doing a voiceover, so I really have to think about what I was doing back then. So the Rayolis giveaway is done and someone from Germany won this. So I will announce the winner in the German video. But I'm going to pass the stash on the haunted house, which I also finished by simple stitches, including the button by Just Another Button Company. So if you want to stitch this, just put a comment with haunted house below this video. Okay, so my first finish of the month. So as you know, with my voiceovers, I just have to listen to what I'm saying in German, so I know what I'm telling you. Okay, so in total I stitched 83 hours in August, which is pretty good for me, and I finished this Barbara Anna design. It's the Spell Will Sell by Barbara Anna, and I changed some colors as you can see. So this is the original yellow and the original red, but I changed the brown to black, and as you can see I added some other colors. So let me see. So I added the gold. This is a DMC gold color instead of some of the yellow parts. I just switched that out, and the orange with the variation is the burnt orange from the Gentle Art, and I really like the color. And I had a coffee stain, if you remember, right there, and I just stitched over it as I really couldn't remove it fully. I didn't even try very hard, so I just made up some thing that I could put up there, but I think it fits really nicely. And yeah, so I just made it up as I went and put in some new colors. I really love the cute mouse. I really love the black work in this, and it's just a little bit of black stitching, but I still like it. And the witches were all yellow, and I changed that to a light skin color and put some gold here and there. I really enjoyed this piece. I really enjoyed trying to change things, so yeah. Let me see what I can tell you about this. So 43 hours. In total I needed 56 hours and 38 minutes to finish this. And I started on May the 1st on midnight, right when it went live. And yeah, I finished it on the 18th of August, and that's 4 months. It's so difficult as a German. For a German to say that. So I wasn't even sure if I could still talk English because I didn't upload a video for so long. So here I added some long stitches to do her sock. Just a spontaneous idea. And I don't know what I can tell you. What am I talking about in this video? It's been such a long time. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, I am talking about that this is a 28 count even weave, I guess. And I really like the size and the coverage of this. So I really want to use up that DMC gold as it's really a pain to work with. So I'm trying to put a little bit of it here and there so I can get rid of it without, throwing it in the bin. Okay, so what am I telling you now? I'm so sorry, I'm so confused. Okay, now I'm telling you all about the statistics, and I stitched a little bit on the Dimensions Angel Serenity's Garden, but just an hour, so it's not worth showing really. I stitched a little bit I worked a little bit on my diamond painting for 2.5 hours, and yeah, that's basically it. All the other projects I will show you in this video. These are the two that I won't show you because it's just too little progress to show really. So I'm just telling you that I will only put up images of what things will look like edited in videos in every other video. So if you want to see what it looked like last time, just check my last video. And so I just try to keep editing work time down. Now this is just a few weeks ago when I went with my friends to the northern sea of Germany, and of course I brought my stitching with me, and I had to do this nice shot of my stitching on the beach. And you know, I really like to bring my stuff with me, so I have a memory attached to the piece, and even though it's a Halloween piece, I will always think of this awesome holiday at the beach. Okay, so my second finish, that brings me down with two finishes bring me down to 10 WIPs, which is pretty amazing. So this is by Simple Stitches, the Village of the Month October. Please, if you want to have this, type haunted house in your comment and I will enter you in the giveaway. And yeah, so I changed a lot, as you can see. I can't tell you the colors because most of them are leftover colors or anchor, or yeah, I just mix it up. I just looked at the stash that had no numbers, and I have some floss lying around that I really don't know what it is from. So yeah, I used that to stitch this piece. So now I'm going to show you what I changed. As you can see, I changed a lot. Okay, so last minute I added some beads. These are just regular seed beads I had in my stash from way back. I made these, do you know these wire animals? When I was young, this was the thing that every kid did in Germany, was doing these little animals like woven from beads and wire, like 3D. That was awesome. Then we have the button here with this super cute cat, and I hope you can see. So if you saw my last videos, you know that I stitched the skull, but I really didn't like it, so I ripped it all out and added this cauldron in. I just looked up images on the internet and to inspire me of what I could put in there, and I really didn't find anything that fit, so I just went freestyle. So the spider web is from the pattern. I love this so much, the spider web. And I added a bead and this hat with a little bead as a buckle. And this is also just long stitches, just freestyle. Yeah, this is just a sketch, basically. I just tried it and it went well, so lucky me. And yeah, and I, instead of French knots, I did the long eyes for the ghost, as I think this is way cuter. Yeah, and finally I have some missing parts there that I just freestyled as well. And I just used the purple from the door. I think in the first place I used dark gray, but I really didn't like it, so I changed it. And I cut the pattern down to 4 rows of the shingles. And because I don't want a plushie. I really don't have any room to put things. So I just hang it on a wall. And with this size, it nicely fits into a regular photo frame. I think it's still a bit too long, but I will make it work. Maybe I will just size up the frame. I don't know. So yeah, it was a fun stitch, and maybe if you stitch this when you do the pattern, you make some different changes to it, and I'm very, very curious to see that. So I started this on the 25th of January, and I worked 39 hours on it, and it ended on the 3rd of September. I stitched 7 months on that. This is some solid stitching. So, but it was fun. It's nice. I love to travel with this, and I took it on my travels as well. So I'm finally down to 10 WIPs, but as it's now the 30th of October, future me can tell you that I already started 2 pieces again, but I will show that in my next video. This is me on the train. I posted it on Instagram in case you're not following me there. So these are the final steps to do. And it was funny because the ticket inspector came to me and was very curious about that. So sincerely curious. He said he never saw something done like that, and he wanted to do what technique it was. And I explained to him how this works, and he said that's really cool to see someone doing crafts on a train. So that was nice. So yeah, I like to bring my stuff with me. I also took this to a birthday party from a good friend of mine. There was lots of family of her, and many people talked to me about my cross stitch. They were all very curious, and I also made some new stitchy friends. So, or some people said they would really like to try it, and they're now stitching actually. So I'm very proud of that. Okay, so now I have a list of the WIPs that I currently have, and I'm going to talk to you about my plans. Am I? I hope I am. I have to listen in to the German video again, so I know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, so I'm talking about the active WIPs that I have, but I'm going to talk about them in more detail in a few minutes. So I have 5 full coverage pieces now. I have 3 medium size and 2 specialty size pieces now, which are 10 WIPs. And I've added some, but I can't talk about that now. Yeah, so I hope I'm showing you the 10 projects, but obviously I'm not. Okay, so one of them is my Heaven and Earth owl, and I stitched quite a bit on that. I stitched 11.5 hours, and yeah, so I still can't bring myself to finish the top part of the background there, but I'm really trying. It's really hard to stitch on the blue. I would never do this again, I think, to do like such a dark fabric for a piece like that, but I really had no experience with this, so I was very happy to get to the owl, and I'm very much looking forward to stitching more of the owl. Even though it's more confetti, I really prefer that to all the background. I really want to see her come to life. So I have her, then I have my Zelda cross stitch, then I have my Thread Geek Snow White and my Gecko Rouge Gamer, and this Heaven and Earth owl and the Heaven and Earth pumpkin, which I'm going to show you right now. So those are my 5 full coverage projects. I don't even know what what I've talked about. So I can't listen to myself simultaneously, so I just have to listen in. And even though I just watched my video to edit it, but yeah, I just basically forgot everything I said. Now, wait. This is, by the way, 25 count, 1/1 full cross, and it's mostly CXC with a little bit of DMC. Okay, so this is my Heaven and Earth pumpkin. It's called Witching Hour, but it's not the one with the cat, obviously. So this is 2/1 tent, and I still really love that technique. And I can't wait to get back to this as I'm seeing this now. But actually, I really like full crosses too, so I think I will do both in the future with like on different projects, so just to mix it up. Now, I worked on this for 14 hours and I just did a few rows on the wallpaper. Oh, I'm actually showing you my Zelda piece. I forgot about that. I thought I watched the video. What the hell is happening? So this is my Zelda piece. It's huge. It's a huge full coverage, and I started this 2015. So this is one of my oldest active WIPs. And yeah, so I was missing some floss. I took this on holiday with me and I realized that I'm missing some colors, so I just stitched what I could, and I'm really trying to fill this in, and I'm trying to stitch from the top using paper pattern because this still doesn't fit my... This doesn't work with Pattern Keeper. So I'm trying to work page by page, and what I just did there with my hand is showing you where the page is, and I'm trying to fill in as much as I can. And I'm telling you, I had to rip out a lot because the stitches I did up there were ugly and I really couldn't see them. I was thinking, it's not that bad, I'm leaving it in. No, I had to rip it out and restitch it. So I really, really want to finish this piece soon. It's like I'm doing it, I'm putting it on pause, but I still think about it. So I really can't forget that I have this WIP, which stresses me out a little bit. So I'm really trying to get the stitches into this piece, and I hope to finish it next year. Maybe until the end of next year. Really, I really want to finish it. Yeah, so that's all the green, all the blue. I stitched all of that on holiday. I put some solid stitching in there. And here the pink is missing, the darker pink for that part. And yeah, but the floss arrived, so I can stitch now. It took a month because I'm ordering CXC as it really has better coverage on 14 count. This is 14 count Ada, stitching on it 2/2, and the black is always a bit thinner and you can see the fabric, but it doesn't bother me that much. I stitched 23 hours in September on Zelda. Yeah, that's it. That's all I stitched on Zelda. I really want to finish that. Okay, so now I'm showing you the 5, my Zelda, my owl, my Heaven and Earth pumpkin. I showed all of those to you, my Snow White and my gamer. Then I have the Murky Manor, which is almost finished. And in this video, I'm telling you that I want to finish it before Halloween. I didn't do it because I just didn't really stitch in the last few months. Sadly, but I really couldn't do anything about it. Now there's a weird cut that I don't remember why I did that. Oh yeah, I'm talking about in that time I didn't watch a lot of Flosstube, and I probably shouldn't say that, but it really helped me to focus. It really helped me to not jump around my projects. because I really, when I watch channels that do a lot of full coverage, I always want to turn to my full coverage. When I watch channels like Luda, I always want to do my dimensions and the kids. So and I always find new things that I want to start. So I really was better at focusing on one project during that time, but never mind. I really miss you guys, and I really miss to watch Flosstube. I just couldn't bring myself to it because I was so sad that I couldn't stitch, and I was in a really bad place, so I couldn't stitch, and that made me sad, so I didn't want to watch Flosstube either. But it's better now. It's all good. Now I have 3 medium-size projects: my Murky Manor, as I told you, my Dimensions Angel, and the Theresa Wenzler Castle. I really didn't stitch on the Theresa Wenzler. And my specialties are my Mirabilia and my Chatelaine. My Chatelaine is still on pause. I really want to finish the Mirabilia first and then go to the Chatelaine and really reduce the amount of stuff I have. I'm obviously bad at that, but I mean, I would still really like to achieve that. Okay, now I'm showing you my haul. So these are still items from April, so some of them. Now this is a recent purchase, and I found this for a €1 on eBay plus shipping. And I've wanted to get this for a long time, and this is the anniversary Mirabilia booklet with the cameo design. There she is. I really love her. I would of course change the colors because I'm not much into the pink, and I really don't think I will use like expensive variated silk. I think it calls for insane stuff, but I really want to stitch her. It's a nice, hopefully quick project. I think that's all I bought in September. Yay! And I didn't buy anything since then, actually. Anything, like no hobby stuff or anything. Now these are, I'm not sure if I showed you these. These are some fabrics I got from eBay. This is, and these are older ones I already showed you. I just grabbed everything I found in my drawer of fabrics. So I sewed some pieces of paper with the info of the fabrics on there, so I remember what I actually bought there. And I have the Chromatic Alchemy fabric still that I'm doing my Mirabilia on, and yeah, I bought 2 pieces of that, so I have a matching piece for another mirror. And I got these beads, and I'm not sure if I showed these to you. I got them for really cheap as a bundle, and yeah, so these are Delica and Miyuki beads. They should be the right size for cross stitch, for Chatelaines and Mirabilias, and I'm pretty sure I can use some of them in my current Chatelaine, but pretty sure I will find some use for those. So I really don't have a bead stash, but now I do have one. I just grabbed the 2 colors that I thought, like, it was a brown and black and a green bundle. So now this is my April haul of this year, and I bought so much that I couldn't show you everything. So I bought this right when it arrived, a month after market. I was able to order it from Germany, and then it took another month, I think, until I got it. This is the sewing what is it called? By Blackbird Designs. You know what it is. Of course, you've seen it. And so this is the first time that I've purchased something that's really prim. Usually, I'm not so much into prim, but especially I love this bird. But I like Blackbird Designs best of all of them, and these designs spoke to me so much because I love how close all of these designs are, all of the motifs are. I really don't like, I think I figured out what my problem is. With most of the samplers, they're like spread over the fabric and they're really irregular, if that makes sense, and that bothers me so much. Especially when you have like really large spaces between the motifs. So yeah, there are tons of projects in here, and considering you pay like $8 for a pattern for one of those, this book's really worth it. Especially I pretty much like everything in there, and I really want to stitch everything. Every single one. They're so cute. And I love the colors. It's not too, I love the, I love the pinks, like the pastel pinks and the pastel blues mixed together. That's like my favorite color combination, and they do this in this book so many times. I think that's also one of the things that made me buy this. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful. I really want to stitch this, and I really want to try some of the finishing stuff, even though I'm really scared that this stuff lands in a drawer and I never look at it. So I really have to think what I can put up on my wall. Or yeah, I'm really scared to have those lying in a drawer and never see the light of day again. So that's why I finish most of my stuff as to put on the wall. Oh, this is beautiful. I haven't looked at it for such a long time, and I have so much to do. It makes me almost sad that I can't start stitching on those. I think I'm maybe someday, when I have finished this is a 40 count. Like, I don't know the color. Am I showing it? It's a linen, a 40 count linen from Zweigart. It's like a vanilla color. And I'm really curious how this is going to stitch up, because I never stitched on 40 count before. So I'm really curious about that. And that's the matching. Oh, there's some more beads. Yeah, that's the matching fabric for the sewing book. This is a 16 count Ada by XJU Design, and I already started something on it. I purchase it not knowing what I want to do with it, but now I already found the perfect project. You were going to see that in my next episode. Yeah, this is a like gray, like a bluish greenish gray with some greenish yellow stains on it. It's really beautiful, and I have the perfect project. And I must say, 16 count, the only kind of Ada I'm going to buy from now on. It's perfect. Perfect coverage for me. Perfectly able to stitch with 2 strands on it. Now this is something I showed you the pattern, but I never knew where my kit was. So that's the super cheap kit that I got with really old DMC colors. Yeah. And I totally forgot. I got this from 123 Stitch, and I totally forgot to show you. This is a Millhill buttons and beads, and this is my first Millhill. And I started like it with 2 stitches when I was really stressed out, but I don't consider it a started project. I have the rest of this stuff somewhere, but I don't know where, to be honest. It's horrible. Yeah, I really love that. I love the magician fantasy stuff. And this will for sure not be my last Mill Hill, but I really wanted to start with one. So these are finds I got from eBay that I ordered with some patterns, and I just found them. Oh, this is a silk from Extrude Design. This is a sample that I got with my order. I made a pretty big order from her, so that's so kind of her to put a sample in there. So some more Karen collection. You know, these are things, someone sold them, I think, for $5 or $4. So these are colors that I'm pretty sure I will find a project for. So I'm just buying them. These are 2 weeks dye works for, you know, you had me at Flamingo. So these are 2 colors that I need for that. And so I'm collecting the floss every time I need to buy something. I have a list of floss I need for other projects. So that's what there's going to. And those are my Extrude Design flosses that I got also from the last order. I didn't show them to you because I didn't find them, I think. And they're beautiful. You know, I had an issue with 2 of the colors, but these are the colors that were pretty close or close enough to the ones that I ordered. So there were 2 flosses that looked completely different from what the pictures looked like. I think I showed you last time one of those, but these are really, really close and really beautiful. And I just bought them because I thought they were pretty. I didn't really have a project for them. So yeah, that's Nougat Cream. And these look on camera pretty true to color. But yeah, dried leaves and Teal Dream, that's probably my favorite. It's so pretty. Yeah, so these are the floss that I got, and now to the final thing I want to show you. No, it's not the final thing. Oh, this is going for so long. Okay, I've got 12 minutes left, fine. I'm sorry, I really love to do this. But my boyfriend just came home and I want to finish this. And we're getting food and I don't want it to get cold. But now, okay, so it's tempting to buy stuff from China. And this is a kit from China. And I really try not to buy from China because most of it are stolen images. And this was not familiar to me, and so I thought if I buy, like, this is the first kit I bought from China and I really just wanted to try it. I was frustrated. I just wanted to buy anything. And so I hope I don't do too much damage with this. But if you know what company this is from, or if this is from a small designer, I'm happy to donate some bucks to them or buy the pattern. This is something you can do, by the way, if you buy a kit from China and you find out it's a stolen one. Just use the Google image search and you can buy the pattern on their store, on their Etsy or on my bobbin. And you can buy the materials still from China if you want to do that. It's still cheap. So if a pattern of that size will probably like cost $3 or something. You can really purchase the pattern, but I'm going to talk about this more in a few minutes. So this is mulberry silks. I think this is a plant silk or a synthetic silk. I'm not sure. But it was really cheap. I love the colors, it's super shiny, and this is going to be my next travel project. So I already started this now, but it's like an additional WIP that I only use for when I'm like visiting people or like when I'm on a train or something. And this won't happen anytime soon, as COVID is really bad now in Germany again, and we're like having a lockdown, but there will be better times where I can go out again. Okay, so now I want to explain. I really got reminded how bad stealing of images is when I read the story of the Gift of Stitching magazine, which had an amazing sale just a few months ago, and they had to close their magazine because people didn't buy it. It was pirated online, so it was uploaded to so many places that the owner really felt it. They really saw their numbers go down and saw how many people downloaded the magazine. So this made me realize, and that's why I want to talk about that we really have a responsibility towards the designer. So I get if you don't have much money, and I get the temptation of like free stuff, and I don't want to like condemn anyone. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but just think about it. Just buy a pattern. Just do it. Just, if people, designers online talk about this, they see when their stuff gets pirated, they see how many people steal the images and how many people are stitching from like free Pinterest patterns, and they feel it, and it hurts because it's a lot of work, and they really try to make a living of that, and I totally understand. And so just next time when you're on the edge, just think about that you matter. Your purchase, your few couple of bucks really matter to the creator, and I think we want to have them continue creating stuff for us. So just a little reminder. Now this is the Gift of Stitching. It's this is the final issue from 2012, and they had to close down, and they sold a bundle of all of their 72 issues. So normally I don't like stitching magazines. I find them like most of the time they're too bright, too colorful for me, or like it's just not my style. I rarely find something that I would really stitch from them. But this is really special. They have like a little bit more prim stuff, but they have a huge variety of styles. So I find lots of things that I want to stitch in these issues. They have shadow lanes, they have like really good articles about all kinds of stuff, and I think they have some primitive hair in there. And so there are lots of very well-known designers in this magazine. So my idea is now to, as I watched Michelle Bendy with her junk journal with the small cross-stitch stuff, I had the idea to stitch one small of every, or even just a part of a project or some small thing from every single issue of the Gift of Stitching, and put it in a junk journal just for Gift of Stitching. So I will have 72 projects. I mean, I have years for that, and I really don't know when I'm going to start it. But as I looked through the magazines, I really found something in every magazine, and they have like lots of specialty stitches, lots of designs that are new but intriguing to me. So yeah, let's see if I can do that. But yeah, I also found something in this. So I'm just going to show you the designs that are in this final issue. And they have previews, by the way, on their website. It's tgosm.com, and they have lots of previews of what's in these magazines, so you can check them out. Okay, so let me see. Now, on the first page, you see all the cross-stitch patterns that are in the issue. And I'm just going over this final issue with you, just as an example. It was so fun. It's a few months now, and I haven't really gotten through all the magazines. So that's one that I'm not so much into. And that's a red sampler. I wouldn't stitch it as a sampler, but it really has some very pretty elements and corner pieces and stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm going back to that and use it on some of my other projects if I need to fill in something. This is an article, a very long one, about the Lady and the Unicorn, the 5+2 paintings, I think, if I remember correctly, and it's really interesting about all of the background of it, and they have a very cute pattern for that theme, but that's really interesting. So we have some art history in there, and that cute pattern with the bird. And oh, this is super interesting. I didn't get to read all of that, but they have a full-on history of natural dyes and how you dye with them and where it comes from and what plants you use. And they have a fitting sampler for every plant color. So in this magazine, they have these 2 colors. And I love the idea. At first, I really wanted to stitch this, but I really have to decide and filter a lot because I can't stitch all of that. I find so many things in every magazine. It's crazy. And I also love the blue one. That's the indigo one. Okay. So what's next? I have to scroll through it so I don't show you the pattern on video. And oh yeah, this is a blackwork design, and this is the design I want to do. And I'm thinking about doing like with a metallic or with a lighter, like golden color on dark blue. Maybe add some pinks in it, like some pastel light pinks and some like beige creamy colors. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I want to do with that. And I also love this one and I really want to stitch it. I'm not sure if I want to stitch all of that. It's something that got released in several parts, but oh my god, I love the colors. I love the design. It's so cute. I would really like to put this on my wall. And it has lots of specialty stitches and eyelets and stuff, so that's really interesting. So, you know, I already have 2 things. No! But I really don't know when I want to start that. I have so much to do. And there are really great specialty stitch instructions at the end. I think there's also a specialty stitch sampler in that one. They put a lot of stuff in the last issue because that's all they had prepared for coming issues, and they put that in there. So that's pretty cute, but not quite my style. But you know, like every row has another specialty stitch, so you can practice, and I love that idea. Yeah. So that's it with this episode. I hope it was fun for you, and I hope to see you in my next episode thank you so much for sticking around and not running away. I'm very much looking forward to all of your comments and talking to you. So yeah. Yeah, don't forget to comment if you want to stitch the haunted house, and I will see you next time. Bye!